Okay. See, now we are looking here at object-oriented programming with C++. In last lecture, we have covered with the first unit that is on review of C language and some of the features of computer fundamentals. And we have covered the basic principles, advantages, and benefits or the applications of C++ language, right? So I just want to know, can someone tell me what are the different principles we have seen in the object-oriented programming? Anyone?
Abstraction.
Correct. Abstraction.
Inheritance.
Inheritance.
Polymorphism.
Polymorphism.
Encapsulation.
Okay. Encapsulation. The first one. Then second one is abstraction. Third, encapsulation and inheritance. These are the four basic fundamentals, or you can say the principles of object-oriented programming. Okay, so with examples we have seen in the last lecture. Now today we are going to look for here as unit number 2. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
C++ programming basics. Here we are going to look for C++ programming and the basic. Now, what you say in the basic, if when you are going to learn any language, so we are going to start it with some alphabets or like the basic fundamentals. Then after alphabets, when we collect all the alphabets all together, it will form some word. When you collect all the words, it will form sentence. And again, for sentence, you will be having some like the meaningful sentence. For that, you need to learn the grammar, right? Now, if you don't learn this grammar, though you are able to write something, but it is not syntactically correct. Okay, so for that, again, we are having the syntax as a part of here in programming language. Okay, though we know what are the variables, what are the identifiers, what are the result keywords, how to use it, but if you are not follow the syntax, so it will not allow, the compiler will raise an errors. Okay, like you have not follow the syntax. Okay, likewise. So we'll begin with this, the contents of the programming basic second unit. So what are the contents? We are having the overview of this programming language. Then we'll be having this program structure. Then what is namespace? What are the identifiers? What are the variables, constants, enumerators, operators, typecasting, and control structure. Control structure here again in the sense you will be remembering the loops, right? The looping concept in the programming language. So what are the loops? If loop, else, if else loop, nested if else, correct? Then you have else if ladder. Maybe you have gone through for loop, while loop, do while loop, right? Sorry. Okay, so with these loops are there in the programming in this programming language. So now we'll take one example. What is the basic structure of C program? Yes, if you have gone through, the screen, just observe it. This is same as like of our, yes, the structure of C program. Okay, is it correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right. So first line is indicating the preprocessor directive. Here, what does it indicates? 2 lines. Hello. Can anyone tell me what does it indicates? Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I'm not audible, then please text into the chat box so that I can came to know, like maybe I may need to reconnect it. Okay. Okay. Well, if you have gone through the syntax or the structure of this C programming, C++, basic C plus, sorry, basic C++ program, what you will find here, the first line, very first line, we are having the preprocessor directive. Now, what do you mean by this preprocessor directive? Yes, can anybody tell me? Hello.
Compiler gets the definition of all functions in preprocessor directive statement.
Right. The compiler, when you run the program, the compiler will come to know, like when it goes from the first line. Now here in C, we are having the standard input output header file, stdio.h header file, correct? Here we are having the IO stream as a basic header file for C in and C out. In C programming language, you have gone through printf and scanf, right? Scanf is there for taking the input from the user, and printf is there to display output on the screen. But now here in the C++, we have C in. Okay, I will type it here to the next line. C in. Okay, now again you need to remember every result keyword will be there in the small letters only. As just I have used this editor, so it becomes okay. When you write C in, the compiler is will come to know you are taking input to this program. When you write C out, the compiler will come to know you are going to display something. Okay, so this is about the C in and C out. These basic functionalities are available here in the iostream.h header file. Very basic thing. Now next is what? The function declaration. Now in the previous chapter, in the previous unit also, we have gone through there are four different types of function declaration. So what are those? Yes, can anybody tell me what are the different types of function declaration? We have seen four basic types to declare any function.
No return.
Correct. No return.
With arguments, without arguments.
No, there are two types. No return with arguments and no return without arguments. Okay, these are the two types. And second is return with arguments, return without arguments. Okay, so based on like this left hand side, it has two types, and based on this, the value from the parenthesis, open and close round parenthesis, we will be having two more. ओपन आणि क्लोज राउंड ब्रॅकेट्स मध्ये जे काही व्हॅल्यू पास करणार तुम्ही त्याला काय म्हणतात? येस, आर्ग्युमेंट्स ऑर पॅरामीटर्स. इथे जे काही असेल, व्हॉइड असेल, इंटिजर असेल, तर या टाईपला काय म्हणतात? फंक्शनचा रिटर्न टाईप आणि फंक्शनचं नाव. रिटर्न टाईप, नेम ऑफ फंक्शन अँड आर्ग्युमेंट्स. ओके, सो दिस इज सिंटॅक्स फॉर डिक्लेअरिंग द फंक्शन. नाउ how to define the body of this function? Here जे काही open and this is close curly brackets, open and close curly bracket. it indicates the body of the function. जे कुठलेही आपण फंक्शन लिहिलेलं असेल, लेट्स से इथे मी इफ आय चेंज द नेम ऑफ फंक्शन void add. Okay, now the body of this function is start with this open curly bracket and it ends with this close curly bracket. If I write something here, let's say integer a is equal to 10. Okay, again I becomes capital. I will make it as a small. Okay, if I write integer a is equal to 10 outside this close curly bracket, so this line will not be a part of your function void add. Void add या फंक्शनचा हा integer a is equal to 10 हा part नसेल. But if I write this here inside this open and close curly bracket, so now this is the local variable. This variable is local to void add function. Okay, आता local आणि global variable आपण नंतर बघूया, but for time being you should able to know this open curly bracket and close curly bracket, it will indicates the body of your function. Okay, समजतंय का? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this body of the function, it may contains any executable statements. Executable in the sense with logic. Let's say if I'm there may be like initialization of one variable, let's say like this way, or it may have any computation like if I declare here okay, for time being, and now here I'm doing what c is equal to a plus b. Okay, this body of the function, it may includes a simple statement as like printing something, or it may like include initialization of the variables, declaration of the variables, then some calculations of variables, or any control structure if you have gone through like if else, nested if else, for loop, and other as per the situation. If I wish to implement a calculator program, so here I can use a switch case program. For that I need to use this case, then break statement, then default statement, different keywords. For every operation I need to print some message, I need to do some calculations, right? So the body of function, it includes like initialization of the variables, declaration of variable, then it may includes simple statements, some calculations, and their implementations. Okay. Again, I will go back to the basic structure. Here, the very basic first program is to display the hello world message, or you can say the welcome message. I will make change here in the problem statement. I'm going to display the welcome message using this simple program. And for that, see, for display, I came to know there is a cout keyword which will display whatever I'm going to write here in the open and close double quotes. See, there is a difference. Single quote. Okay. For single quote, we used to store the value related with string. String ची value store करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो? Single quote चा उपयोग करतो. But to display something on the screen, we are using this double quotes. You need to remember this. Okay. And now this is closed. So again, very basic. If you wish to implement a program in C++, again you need to have this main method, sorry, main function in the program, right? And what will be the output of this program? A program's output castle. The message I have written here in the C out and in double inverted commas. So this will be the message. It is going to be print on the screen. Okay. Basic structure समजलंय का तुम्हाला? Hello. Have you understood the basic structure of program?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how to implement it? Okay, I'm going to share one link in your chat box. So everyone go through it. Is link available in your chat box?
No, sir.
Okay, just a minute. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is link accessible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just click on the link. Okay, now simultaneously look at my screen here. Whether everyone is on the same screen. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See now here. If you have gone through this part. First line, okay, here, this slash star. Okay, if you check here, I will highlight it. Okay, if you check here, this highlighted part. Now it gives the description: online C++ compiler, code, compile, run, and debug C++ program online. Write your code in this editor and press run. So if you check here, there is a run button to compile and execute it. But now, if you check, this is a part of non-executable code. Why? Because it is included here in slash star and it ends with star slash. So as like in the program, in the slide we have seen, double slash is used for a single line comment, and for if you wish to give multi-line comment, okay, I will write it here. For single line comment, we use double slash, and for if I wish to give multiple comment to the multiple lines, then slash star, then you can write anything here in between, sorry, any number of lines, and it should be end with star slash. Okay, आता ही कमेंट कधी यूज करणार तुम्ही? सिंगल कमेंट जर मला इथे ॲज लाईक इफ यू गो टू द स्ट्रक्चर, इथे मला ह्या एकाच लाईनला कमेंट द्यायची. इफ आय विश टू गिव्ह कमेंट टू ओनली वन लाईन, ॲट दॅट टाइम आय विल यूज ओनली डबल स्लॅश. पण जर मला प्रत्येक लाईनला जर कमेंट द्यावी लागत असेल, सो व्हॉट आय विल डू इन दॅट केस, आय विल गो and I will give this multi-line comment. So if you check it here, it starts with slash star and it ends with star slash. So whatever I included here, like the remaining stars, okay, so again it is a part of the comment. Okay, now if you go to the next line, this is what the preprocessor directive hash include IO stream. Then there is a namespace. Now what is that namespace? Using namespace, the namespace is new for you because we have not seen namespace previously in the C programming. This namespace allows us to group named entities that otherwise it would be have the group global scope into the narrow scope. Okay, in short, it is a declarative region that provides a scope to the identifiers. Okay, what is namespace? It is a declarative region that provides scope to the identifiers. Now what are the identifiers? Identifier कुठले कुठले सांगा मला. Identifier कशाला म्हणायचे?
Names of functions, keyword.
Correct. Identifier म्हणजेच identifier is not a specific thing. जे नाव तुम्ही देताय त्या नावालाच काय म्हणतात? आयडेंटिफायर्स. मग आपण नाव कशाला देतो? We are going to name for a variable, we are going to give name for a function, we are going to give name for methods or the types. Okay, म्हणजेच काय, ह्या जे काय आपण नाव देतो, एक व्हेरिएबलला नाव देत असेल, लेट से ए और एबीसी, ओके, और ऍड म्हणजे काय झालं? आयडेंटिफायर, म्हणजेच थोडक्यात नाव झालं. पण जर तुम्ही त्याला डेटा टाइप अटॅच केला, लेट से इंटिजर ऍड, now this add is nothing but a variable which is of type integer. Okay, so namespace, it is a declarative statement or a declarative region which will provide scope to the identifiers. आता ह्याचा यूज कसा करायचा ते आपण बघूयात, but we will start with, we will go with a basic understanding first. Okay, now the next line is integer main. As like we have seen, there are 4 different types of function. See, void will not have any return type, but other than void, if you have any other type, it will return something. Okay, as I am not going to take the value from any other function or any calculation, so by default I need to mention it here as return 0, because I have selected a return type as of integer. Okay, if I write it here void, then this will not be required. Return statement in the program is not required. Okay. Now, if you go to the next line, line number 16, it has open curly bracket. Line number 20, it has a closed curly bracket. That means from 16 to 20 lines, whatever the things are included here, it is nothing but a part of this function, main function. Okay. Okay. Now, how to execute it? If you check it here, there is a run button. Okay. Now, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When I click here on run button, see the process of compilation is happened. I will minimize it. Okay, if you check it here, hello world in white color. Okay, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Check. If you wish, you can try it on your screen as well. Okay. Just click on the link. It will be easier to everyone. Like there, we will need not to be scroll every time. On the left hand side, if you check this online compiler, on the left hand side, we are having the program, and here when you click here on the run button, you will get a program output here on the right hand side. इथे right hand side ला तुम्हाला output मिळेल. Okay. Now there is important instructions to you all. See what is there in the first line. There is a comment, right? Double slash, that means comment. Now what you need to write it here, your roll number. Roll number, let's say I have roll number 100, and you need to execute it. Okay, when you click on the run button, it will execute. But with this, I will come to know roll number 10 has roll number 100 has submitted me the screenshot. Okay, is it okay for all? Yes, is it okay for all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll have one more example. Let's say I will write it here, addition program. Okay, instead of this, I will go to here and I will make one more comment line. Addition of two numbers. Okay, I'm going to implement a program. Program name, addition of two numbers. Now with this comment, I can comments are generally used here in the program to describe something. Okay, to give more additional information to the user. ज्यावेळेस मी हा प्रोग्राम बघेल, okay, from this comment line I can come to know this is a program written by roll number 100, a student whose roll number is 100, and he has performed the addition of two numbers program. Okay, without going much in detail, easily with these comment lines, I will come to know for which purpose the program is written. Okay, and the purpose is here addition of two numbers. Now in this case, now here, as everything is already set, hash include preprocessor directive, then namespace is there, maybe you have find here something like this, std डबल कोलन बरोबर, आणि त्याच्यानंतर सी आउट वगैरे असेल, बरोबर का? हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, if you go with such declaration, जर तुम्ही या डिक्लेरेशनने जर गेले तर तुम्हाला काय करायला लागेल, जे काही तुम्ही सी आउट आणि सी इन हे मल्टिपल वेळेस यूज करणार आहात, तर त्या प्रत्येक वेळेसाठी हे नेमस्पेस यूज करायला लागेल. सो इन्स्टेड ऑफ दिस, रिमूव्ह दॅट एसटीडी फ्रॉम हिअर अँड गिव्ह युअर नेमस्पेस हिअर using namespace and write std, so that you will not able to use std double colon for each and every c out and c in statement. जर तुम्ही इथे ग्लोबली जर हे डिफाईन केलं नाही नेमस्पेस, तर तुम्हाला लोकली प्रत्येक व्हेरिएबल साठी तुम्हाला काय करायला लागतं, नेमस्पेस हे डिफाईन करायला लागतो सी प्लस प्लस या एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये. बट इट इज, I feel it is a quite hectic process for each process, for each like the function, inbuilt function. You need not to be write like this way. In a common, you can write this way using namespace and give the namespace name, and this all those such inbuilt functionalities will be follow the namespace. Okay, now I will type it here. As the program is addition of two numbers. Okay. As the program is of addition of two numbers, so I'm going to take the variable, let's say a is equal to 10, comma b is equal to 10, and I'm going to store the value into the c variable. Okay. See, I forget to inform you, as like of C program, every statement in the C++ is always ends with semicolon. Okay, if you check here, as this statement is ends with semicolon, again this namespace is ends with semicolon. This printf, sorry, the display count cout function, it ends with semicolon. As like of our C programming language, each statement in the C++ is also ends with semicolon. Okay, and here I'm performing the addition a plus b, and here I'm going to display, yes, c equal to, and the variable c. Okay, if you find it here, c is equal to 20. 10 plus 10, it gives me 20. Whatever I'm going to write it here in the double quote, it is going to be printed. And what is this 20? 20 is nothing but the value of this c variable. Now, what is the value of c variable? Value of c variable is nothing but the addition of value of a and value of b. Okay, समझता है क्या? Or is there any difficulty? Hello.
समझते.
So can you do it now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it. I will wait for 2-3 minutes more here.